The pressure that you have to deal with when you're on the verge of getting fired at your job and you need a new job is nothing to play with. And I understand that now. These companies, they apply a certain amount of pressure, sort of like an insane amount of pressure. They start letting you know, my boy, you're about to get fired. We got our eyes on you. It's not as sweet as you thought it was. And you're about to get fired. Like, they make it very clear. HR's there. You're signing papers. They make you sign a form. They let you know how it's gonna go. You make one mistake. You say one thing they don't like. And very quickly, it's sort of like, all right, you didn't fulfill the contract. It's time to get you up out of there. That sort of pressure is there, and there's pros and cons to it. You gotta say it like it is. The pros would be that, well, let's start with the cons. The cons would be that you lose your job. It doesn't get any simpler than that. You lose your fucking job. That's the cons to it, right? And then you have to get back on the job market. You have to search. You don't know how long it's gonna take to get a new job. And if you didn't have much money saved, if you didn't have any savings, you know what that means is that you might end up homeless because you might not be able to pay the mortgage or your rent, or next thing you know, you're out on your ass, you're out on the streets because you didn't have enough saved up for that occurrence. It just kind of happened. And that's the major downside, obviously. It's that if you didn't save up enough money to pay, if you didn't have the emergency reserve, the so-called emergency reserve, then you're going to be in pretty bad shape. And unfortunately, in my case, I didn't quite have the emergency reserve. I don't have that right now. So it's a pretty tough case that I find myself in. Right. So the pros would be that, well, it adds pressure. And pressure can be a good thing because it forces you to actually think outside the box and start coming up with solutions and apply for new jobs and look for new opportunities and be creative and come up with new ideas and figure out how to survive, how to make money. It's all about survival, man. It's all about survival. And that's what pressure does. It actually allows you to survive. So that would be the pros of that. And so that's what I have to do right now. I have to step up my game, work harder, be creative. Lucky for me, I'm not gone yet. I'm not fired yet. HR hasn't exactly kicked me out yet. So I'm still there. I'm still earning a paycheck. There's still some money coming in. The question is, how long is that going to last? I have one last chance. I make one mistake and it's over. It's over, boyo. Do I have what it takes to survive that test? So can I secure a new job before I lose this one? Because typically it's, you don't want to be out of a job when you're looking for a job. That's the worst time to be looking for a job. You want to be hired when you're looking for the new job because you can use that as leverage. And there's not like a stain on your record where it shows that you got fired. So-and-so got fired because so-and-so couldn't fulfill the obligations. And now the new job doesn't want to hire you now because you have that on your record that you were let go because you made some mistakes and things like that, things of that nature. And so that is a very, very important thing to consider. So pedal to the metal. I'm gonna put my foot on the gas, hoping that there's something out there. If not, then we're gonna have to figure out some type of freelance work, contract work, on the weekend, things like that, so I can secure the monthly expenses, which are quite a lot, actually, quite a lot. I've never spent that much money on a monthly basis, so I have to secure that. That is very important to secure for myself. But I think I can figure it out for myself. Freelance. I think when I start doing freelance, it wouldn't be difficult to come up with, let's say, $5,000 a month. Okay, let's say you do some Uber, some ride share. That right there is bring in and say, if I do it every day, that could bring in $800 a week times 4 weeks. So that's something. And then on top of that, you could actually bring in an extra $1,800 from something else that compensate, add to that. Add just two things. You could actually make it work. $3,200 from that, there's an extra $1,800 for tax. That would be like 30%. You should always account for 30%. Okay, let's say 26%, so this before tax. Well, the tax would be paid after. So it would be, yeah. Anyway, quiet share to figure that out. Additional returns, so that make up for that to compensate. Okay, that strategy. But I figure that in the next couple of weeks, it's time to do that. See how that would work. See how that would work. We'll see how that goes. So eventually I figure it out. I'm on the brain.